Hey, how's it going? It's Tyler, and this is the Sport Berkey water bottle. Quite simply, it filters out a ton of crap from your water, and ultimately it creates a great tasting, safe, healthy drinking water. Now, it's done using ionic adsorption, microfiltration. Quite simply, you have a small carbon filter in here attached to this rubbery straw. The water is forced to go through this filter and it comes out the top. So as long as you screw this on nice and tight, you pop this and you have a straw to drink through, a little rubbery one. It's kind of cool. Fun to chew on. Now, what does this remove? It removes 99.9% of stuff like silt and sediment and chlorine, which is really important, toxic chemicals such as trihalomethanes and VOCs, as well as detergents and pesticides, radioactives such as Radon 222. I sure hope that's not in my water, but unfortunately I wouldn't be surprised. Pathogens such as Giardia, which is obviously really good if you're out in the woods somewhere and you need a drink. So obviously that's pretty crucial, as well as other stuff like Coli and cryptosporidium. And then also heavy metals such as aluminum and cadmium and copper and lead and mercury. So it does a lot. Now, for the pros, obviously all that stuff I just named is awesome that this is removing, so that's huge. Second, the taste. The taste of this stuff is great. I actually use this at work, and the water at work I normally just drink right out of the sink, and that stuff, it tastes super chlorinated, it's pretty gross, and so I'm really glad that I have this because it completely removes that gross taste, so I really dig that. And lastly, it's pretty cheap. It's about 25 bucks. The filter will last you about a year if you fill it up and empty it like 2 to 3 times a day. But that's more of a work schedule. See, I think this is ideal for work. And that may seem kind of weird, right? Because this is like Sport Berkey. But ultimately, that's my major con for this thing is the fact that if you were to be really sporty with it and even just like have it sideways or upside down, this thing leaks all over the place. So it's kind of crazy, right? But the benefit, though, like I said, for having it at work is that for the price and for the taste and the filtration you get, I do think it's ideal because even the next step up in their water filtration systems is a lot more expensive and it still doesn't filter out my main other complaint of this. It doesn't filter out fluoride or arsenic for that matter, which the bigger systems do. Now, fluoride, it's totally cool for topical applications in dentistry, but to be ingesting this stuff is totally crazy. There's tons of studies out there showing it's not healthy. I definitely don't have it in my toothpaste, and I don't think it's very good for us to be ingesting this stuff at all. So that would be my major complaint with this, I guess, more so than the leaking, is that it doesn't remove fluoride. So that's why in my kitchen system for at home, I definitely filter out fluoride for my water because, again, as I said, I do think that it's a pretty big issue and we'll probably hear more of it as time goes on. And lastly, priming this thing is a pain in the ass. Now, the reason being, when you buy this thing, you're going to get it like this, right? This thing's sitting in a warehouse somewhere for a while like this, so when you open it up, the straw, it's going to be a little crimped. So imagine drinking something out of a straw and you're pinching it. That's kind of what it's like. So what you need to do is essentially just grab the base of the straw and pull it and just kind of like work it out of there a little bit because it's going to be crimped, and so priming this thing is really, really difficult. To prime it, you have to fill it with water completely and then essentially squeeze the bottle really hard to force water through the system to get the processed dust out of the carbon filter. So, when you're doing that, I'm telling you, it'll be so much easier if you just kind of pull on the straw here. But obviously you don't want to pull so hard you rip the thing off, but I have pulled pretty hard and it seems to be pretty firm. So, pretty cool. So again, I do recommend this at most for the work scenario, or if you're just very conscious of it and you have it sitting upright like in your backpack or something, totally cool. But do keep in mind that this thing is not tight by any means and it definitely spills water and stuff. So you may want to keep that in mind. But anyway, if you're interested in other types of Berkey systems, check out the links below. I have one for building your own Berkey system, so that way you can save a ton of money on it but still get the same great results. or also the big Berkey system, which I proudly have in my kitchen that I filter all my other water through. So, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, let me know. Hit the like button, and I'll talk to you soon. Later.